Welcome to week 2 of assessment and evaluation. I know week 1 was really short, and hopefully you had no problem going through the materials in just 4 days. And week 4, you have 1 week, but there are a lot of information, especially concepts that we are going to cover. So in this overview, I'm going to go through the key concepts that I'm covering in my lecture notes. The first idea is the inferential statistics, and what is it, and how is it different than descriptive statistics. You will be introduced to the notion of population versus sample, right? The sample is a subset of a population. And chapter 12 of the major textbook talks about sampling procedures. So you would like to look into different types of sampling methods. And it's important to point out that this week's assignment is a quiz. So in the quiz, I put a few questions from the readings. So you do want to read through both textbooks, those a few chapters. Hypothesis testing is another concept. There are null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. An alternative hypothesis is also called research hypothesis. And I explained this and how to define and state them in my lecture notes. Statistical significance versus practical significance is another concept that you need to understand. Those two are two different things. And what's the relationship between those two are also discussed in my lecture. And p-value is another key concept. You need to know what p-value means in order to come up with final decision. Okay? Same thing with degree of freedom and critical value, what those are and how are they related to making a final decision from a statistical analysis. At the end, there is a chi-square test, which works for categorical variables. If you want to know the observed values versus expected frequencies, and probably among different categories, and whether those are distributed evenly, and the difference between those are just pure due to the chance or not. So that's what chi-square test is about, and I explained it in my lecture notes as well. So there are a lot of concepts. If you have taken statistics long before, or you have not taken it at all, you may want to spend some time carefully reading there. It's probably not directly related to the statistical portion, but at least the sampling of population will be discussed in one of the chapters. And lecture, I would like you to spend probably 1 to 2 hours on the lecture if you are not familiar with statistics, because each slide can spend 10 minutes if you really need. If some of the concepts is really foreign to you and you are not getting them, I would like you to go search online for readings, or go to Khan Academy for and search for those concepts. And lab exercise, there are a couple. At the end, the assignment is a quiz. As I said, the quiz is only 15 questions. Actually, 15 points is less than 15 questions, but there are some calculations at the end that you need to do. So I would like you to go through all the readings and lectures and lab exercise before you attempt the quiz. And if you have any questions, I'm here. You can ask me questions at any time. And don't worry if you didn't get it at the first time. You should prepare to go through the lecture notes a couple times, especially when you do the chi-square calculation and things like that. You will need the formula that I provided in the lecture. So there are also examples in my lecture as well. Okay. Have fun, and we're already in second week, and these courses go really fast. So if there is any question, do not hesitate to ask. Okay, that's it for now. I'll see you next online then.